Good morning, Caroline Clarke, Heal Your Pain. So we're getting into something completely different at the moment. We're going to do some active stretching. Now, you've got to be very careful when you active stretch because you've got to talk to the person you're doing it with. Now, I've started doing this with my clients if they've got any hip problems, and just to really lower back, hip, anything, it's amazing. But you've got to have this feedback, and also I'm going to go through what you should do when you go home. So Sue's my model this morning. Morning, Sue.
Morning.
Who I worked with for 10 years. Oh my God, we've known each other so long. Right, so Sue is amazing. She's had double hip replacement. First one when I didn't know her. Second one, I think we held it back about 3 years, didn't we? But it, you know, when the hip has deteriorated that much, there's nothing we can do. But I think, you know, her hips are now better than they've ever been. You don't get any pain, do you? No pain. Okay, so one leg is going straight down and flex the foot back to you. Now, the other thing I'd say is I would do miracle exercises before you do this. Now, I know Sue's walked and things this morning, so I know she's quite loose already. I hope you are, Sue. Right, so what I'm going to do is the leg on this leg, I just want it to come sideways, and the foot is going either side of the knee. So the heel is one side of the knee and the foot the other. Now, this is the most important thing of discussing what is going on. So, Sue, do you have any discomfort as you do that?
No.
All right, now I'm going to put the heel of my hand onto the hip bone. So the hip bone is that knobbly bit, pelvic bone on the other side. All right, and I'm going to just put that there, and I don't, as you can see, Sue has rolled over slightly, so I'm just pushing her back and holding that position. Now, the lower you come down the leg with the other hand is the more effort you're going to have. Oh, I'm just scribbling now. And the more effort you're going to have into the hip. So you want very, very, very little pressure on the knee. Now, as I'm talking, I'm going to just speak to Sue. Sue, any discomfort yet?
No, the only thing I can feel is the pressure on the bone here, but it's not.
Right, what would you say 1 to 10 in pressure?
5.
Okay, right, now I just want to know if this is uncomfortable. So I'm just pressing very slightly. Can you feel that?
I can.
1 to 10.
2.
Okay. All right. So I don't want much when I'm at this end of the leg. 1, 2, 3. How does that feel?
5.
4. What's it at? 5.
2 still.
Okay. Now I'm going to come up the leg into the middle. I tell you, I'm not doing this with men. And you're just going to hold this now. What's that at?
Nothing on the right on this leg, but that pressure is probably about a 7 now.
Does that hurt?
It's a bit uncomfortable.
Okay, so I'm releasing the pressure. Does that feel better? Yeah. So you've got to get the feedback. Honestly, I would think there's not much pressure at all. I did this with an 85-year-old yesterday, and I thought no pressure, and she said it was an 8. So the pressure I've got on this would have been 8 on her. What's the pressure at now?
Oh, about 2.
Okay, what's the pressure on this?
2 on that, yeah.
All right, so we're counting 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, now I'm going back here and just do a very little 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, bring the knee back up again. Is that ouchy at all?
Only a little here on the side, but only initially when you bring the leg up.
Right, now I want you to put your hand on that pelvis and don't let it move. Press down and let the leg drop in and out. How does that feel?
That feels fine.
So no discomfort?
No discomfort.
Brilliant. All right, so when you're doing it to yourself, when you can't do it to yourself, active stretching you cannot do on your own. You've got to have something or somebody doing it. You can use a wall against it, you could use a belt against it, but you mustn't use your musculature of the rest of your body to do it. So if I was to try and do this by myself, that isn't active stretching. All right, that's something else. Right, now I'm going to take the foot and I'm taking it in the air and I'm going to put it onto my shoulder. Now, I'm just going to hold the knee. Now, the important thing is there's a straight line between the knee and the ankle. So I don't want the foot coming inwards and I don't want the foot going outwards, because that's going to rotate the hip joint. So it's going to put the hip joint in an incorrect position. Now I'm just going to let that knee come back. Tell me how it feels.
Feels fine.
Can you feel a stretch?
I can now.
All right, 1 to 10.
3.
Okay, all right, so I'm just going to press from this very slightly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How does that feel?
That's fine.
Right, I'm just going to hold it. What's that at?
3.
3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't let this knee turn when you're doing this, anyone. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now just press and release. 1. Does that feel as though it's given a bit more?
It does, very
2,
much.
3, 4. Don't you do it, I'm doing it. 5. It's so easy for the person to go, oh, I want to fall back a bit more. I want to fall back a bit more. But you've got to let the person doing it do it for you. Now, I would suggest that Sue does this with her partner or her daughter or whoever, but she should do it on the daughter first, so that, or your partner first, or Andy first, to see, sorry, husband, to see, so he or she can feel what you are doing, because it's honestly, the pressure is so weeny, I can't tell you. So what I will do is get Sue to do it on me in a minute. Right, so we've done this first leg. We're going to just go straight in and do the second leg. So swap legs. The leg is coming out sideways. Pressure onto the pelvis. Pressure onto the knee. So I have now judged on the other side what was going on. So let's see if I can get it first this time. Does that feel better pressure on your pelvis?
Yes.
Right, what's on the knee?
About a 3.
Okay, so this side is tighter.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Always is.
1, 2, 3. And I can feel a little bit of like, oh, in the knee. 4. Is your knee hurting? 5.
No, if it's kicking.
6. I can feel it.
Yeah.
7. So I'm doing a tiny 8. 9. Oh, 8. 5. I've gone past. I got so excited about the clicking. Right, now holding up the leg and now pressure. Does that feel better on the knee?
Yes.
All right, so maybe Sue doesn't need me holding the knee. Maybe that's too much. Listening to what my client's saying. 1, 2, 3. Is this side all right?
Fine.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, now press down and release. 1. Better on the knee. 2,
Yes.
3. It's still clicking a bit, isn't it? 4, 5. Okay, bring the leg back up again. Hold yourself on the side so it can't rotate over, and just let it go in and out. You don't need to go for massive range of movement at that. This is just letting her know she's in a safe place. Feel all right?
Fine.
Feel better?
Yes.
Okay, foot to me on a shoulder. Right, as I said, I did this with an 85-year-old yesterday and she adored it. Right, coming back towards you. That's got more movement, hasn't it?
Yes.
All right, so we have got going outwards, so the abduction is slightly less on this side, but the flexion the flexion is greater. So we're splitting the pelvis. How does the other side feel?
Fine.
Okay, I'm just going to push back a little bit. 1, 2, 3. Any discomfort on the other side?
No.
4, 5. What's that at?
3.
Okay, and I'm holding. 1, 2, 3. You may feel it give more as you're doing it. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release and pull back. 1. Does that feel looser?
It does, yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, both feet onto the ground and bend your knees. Right, now I want Sue to do a pelvic tilt. What I should have done, which I hadn't thought about, was I should have done a pelvic tilt before, because this is going to free up the lower back and it's going to free up the pelvis and it's going to free up the hip. How does that feel?
Feels good.
Does that feel better than normal?
Yes, I think, yeah. There's certainly more movement in the hips.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what we're looking at is you've got a socket and a ball. Now, if this socket can't rotate as you do anything with the leg in or out or backwards and forwards, then if this socket is quite stuck, as you bring the leg back, the socket should come down and the leg should come back. If it doesn't, then you're stuck. So what we saw on this leg was this leg had slightly less movement as it came backwards, but this leg, as it came outwards, had slightly less movement. So what we want to do over time is even them both up. Right, Sue, you're going to do it to me now. We're going to do one leg because otherwise we'll be here for like hours. So now Sue is going to do her partner or her husband or her daughter with this. So she has got to teach me what she wants.
So on that leg down straight, foot flex towards you.
Oh.
This leg drop out sideways, foot against your knee. Okay, so I'm going to put my hand onto your pelvic bone there with a bit of pressure. Is that okay?
I press a tiny bit more.
More?
Yeah. Can you see how I rotated back?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
so this leg had rotated me over.
Right. Okay, and then onto the knee, some pressure. Does that feel?
Yeah, that's about
Okay.
a 5.
5.
So I would come up slightly.
Slightly.
It's tiny pressure, isn't it?
Amazing. I wouldn't have thought that was a 5.
No.
Incredible. So push down 5 times.
Yes. Right, remember, not too much. 1,
2, 3, 4, 5, and hold.
Now, where are you going to hold?
Here.
No, up the leg.
Oh, up the leg, on the middle of the thigh.
Yes. All right, so that's more like you've got down there and you've got down there.
Hold.
Yes.
Is that pressure okay?
And I go a tiny bit more. That's perfect.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Then leg up.
Right, why are you doing it for me?
Put your leg up, please, and then drop it out sideways.
But what
you
about...
need to hold onto here first with your hands, put some pressure on, and then drop your knee sideways. And how does that feel?
Really loose, really fluent, yes. Yeah. Okay. Next bit. She couldn't have forgotten already.
Shoulder. Your leg onto my shoulder.
What have you got to make sure?
Got to make sure that there's a straight line from the knee to the ankle to the foot, which there is. It's not going outwards or inwards. And then hold the knee and put some pressure on. How does that feel?
Feels good. So you want to put the pressure on until you feel resistance, or the client goes no further.
How does that feel?
That feels good.
Yeah?
That's it.
Okay, and then we hold.
No.
No? 5.
Don't come backwards. You want to come my way.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And hold.
How many?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Now don't go backwards ever. Come forwards.
Forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can feel a bit of resistance in that.
That's good.
Backwards.
Yeah, you want that tiny bit of resistance, but you don't want to feel that the client's gone, ouch, that hurts.
No.
So that, to me, that feels
good.
That feels really good, because I sometimes have a bit of groin pain there, and that's gone completely. So
Brilliant.
that is active stretching with just that exercise. That's going to release the lower back because the pelvis is having to work. We're also splitting the pelvis because one leg is going straight, one is in flexion. So one's extension, one's flexion. So that's actually asking those muscles to work in a different way as well. And then when you get up and walk around, it's going to feel so much looser. So that's the exercise. Caroline Clarke, Heal Your Pain. If you need any more information, please contact me. If you want to leave comments afterwards, amazing. And if you want to share me, I'd love it. And don't forget to subscribe. Take care. Bye.